Yo, what's up everybody? So today's final day, I will show you the charge build I've been working on my ult. And let me tell you something, it's really crazy. So this is tier 100 Nightmare Dungeon. We're running no basic skill. We're running charge, double swing, and steel grasp. And yeah, I did not expect that. Like after the buffs, so basically charge got buffed in 1.1.1, both the skill and some aspects. And I tried this before season on my Eternal character with the new aspect they introduced, which was very weak. But yeah, after this, thank God I dodged that crossbow right there. Would have been zapped, backed and tagged. Anyways, this is much better than I expected for sure. I will be trying speedruns on tier 100s with this setup, 100%, as well as my main with the double core setup. Some of you have already seen that. Some of you already have seen me in action on Twitch with this setup, where I stream every day. Actually, I'm leaving parents for 4 days, but it's besides the point. I tried something different this time. We have running no fortify at all. We're running 2 offensive affixes on chest piece, not 4 defensive ones. And yes, I can still survive just fine. As you can see, I don't even use shouts there. I should have used challenging shout, but yeah. Also, changing shout has small of animations, so Warcry, Brawling have no animations. You can use it right away, but challenging sadly has. I cannot get used to it after such a long time. But with charge, you wanna aim with mobs towards a terrain, a wall basically, or a rock, because not only you will stun the enemies, they will also take more damage, but they also you will get a cooldown reduction on the charge. That's why you sometimes see me no cooldown at all, because you can get up to 9-second cooldown reduction on the skill if you hit, it's 3 seconds per mob, so you need 3 mobs. But sometimes, even on single target, it procs, which is pretty interesting. We are running double X, 200X, I mean for charge, not running sword. I'm running X in my dual wheel as well for double swing. I'll show you why. It's pretty damn neat. It's much better than running swords, in my opinion. Tested both versions, and it's insane. I also tested running 200 mace for charge with Diablo passive, but it just ain't it, coach. It just ain't it. X is unbeatable. Still running armor potion, but that's okay. I believe I did not have armor on my amulet. It's kind of interesting. Like I have no 45, which I'm missing 1 DR, and I'm much tankier than on my main. I need to see what the shenanigans is there. But yeah, this build is full uptime on Berserker, full uptime vulnerable. Movement speed is very high because we have movement speed. I finally made it work that I have movement speed on both amulet and in the skill tree. Before, Barbarian had to sacrifice those or this stat for some defensives to survive, but yeah, that's why I'll be doing some speedruns here. Once I like iron out the playstyle with this setup, because it's very different as you can see than any other build, but it's so goddamn strong right there, as you can see. I need to also do a better job of stacking that aspect. As you can see, I have 14 stacks right now with that fist icon. So I need to do a better job on that. And yeah, we are using the knockdown gem in the ring to knock the mobs on the ground. That's why we don't need any basic skill, because we get Fury refund from double swing. Man, that poison is wild. Almost got killed by that. And yeah, we have a lot of attack speed. There are some attack speed affixes that don't work towards. They don't count towards attack speed cap. So that's amazing. We are also running Azarath one-hander, unique, because that one gives you attack speed, also gives you core skill damage, which is good for double swing. Sadly, it doesn't apply to charge. So that's why on 200 weapons, you want to get close enemies damage, not core, because close works for both charge and double swing. Running Unconstrained with this setup. They buffed it recently, which I really like. Walking Arsenal could be more damage possibly, but you would need a third skill that has a different weapon binded to it. So you would have to drop Steel Grasp for, I don't know, let's say Rapture for attack speed. Because I'm in love with attack speed, man. It's just too good. It's just way too good. But yeah, I could try Rapture actually and Walking Arsenal. I could try the setup, to be honest. That's a great idea to even improve the build if it's possible. The problem with the Rapture is the animation is a bit too long sometimes. If you start as an opener, and Steel Grasp just brings mobs together, and it helps double swing to stack that aspect from 200 much better. Because that aspect, you know, for each hit of double swing, you do 2 damage numbers. So you get 2 procs on that aspect. Where for that elite, against that elite, for example, that you just saw, if I had Hota, Upheaval, Rand, whatever, I would just get only 1 stack. So this fastens up the gameplay. Not tried and use charge on this mob. I'm not sure what I was doing with this mob, man. Standing around. I have a brain freeze, I guess. You don't want to waste time like that one mob. You just want to go on. You just carry on, you know? Look at that. They got 3 elites in here. But this was the dungeon. As you can see, just deleting enemy, we just deleting elite packs like nothing. So let's get straight to business in the game. So skill tree, 2 points in basic skill because we need to unlock core skill. So if you're running out of fury, you don't have enough fury generation, you will just put lunging strike or any basic skill you like instead of rallying cry. You will just, you know, just replace this with the rallying cry because both of these function of both of this button is our generator. It gives you unstoppable, but it's fine because we are unstoppable from charge and unstoppable from iron skin, so don't worry about that. Next up, we got fully maxed double swing. This is our refund on fury, which gets amplified by resource generation on rings and rallying cry. Non-stop uptime vulnerable thanks to this passive. Max HP, which is very good, 50% for Barb. We go Rallying Cry, Classic, Defensive Resource. Iron Skin for the heal is very nice. There we go, even more heal. And Barrier too, but mainly because of the aspect is very insane. Challenging Shout with the DR, HP here, and Fury, taking Fury each time you take damage. Now all these buffs this Shout provides, which is Max HP, this thing, and DR, stays on you as long as this taunt icon is above the HP bar of the target. So as you can see, we have 14-second uptime on the Shout, which means both DR and HP here. But you need to leave at least one mob alive with that icon above its HP bar. If it's unstoppable, it won't work. But Bolt Chieftain aspect gives us 6-second cooldown reduction on the Shout if you have the mobs around you. So we have non-stop uptime on this bad boy. So here we got Booming Voice, Raid Leader, and Garaliel. This is single-handedly the best defensive passive, I would say. Movement speed here. We got the Berserking here after there's a Brawling skill, which is charge, maxed out. We have +4 charge from Pants and +3 from Amulet. Here we have the Stun, which gets, you know, increased by the CC duration we're running. Like Smiting on Amulet and Exploiter on Boots. More damage as well. Does a lot of damage actually. And here's the cooldown reduction. You could even put 2 points away from movement speed and put them in DR if you're struggling with survivability. Because you don't really need that movement speed that much unless you're speedrunning. Now the reason why I picked Hamstring is because if you start hitting an enemy, Barber procs, and if you have 4-second Barber, that mob will stay at the same HP for 4 seconds, which is above healthy. So this gets applied. So if you have anything that increase damage to CC targets to slowed, like I have on my weapon here, damage to slowed, that's why I'm running that, it will get applied. Even no mercy. If you struggle with crit chance, you can put more points in here. Same thing. Steel Grasp, mainly for vulnerable, and the proc Berserking. Next up, we got Heavy Handed for charge. Duelist for attack speed with double swing. And HP from Invigorating, actually heal. So this heal is amazing. You might even want to drop Fury Coast from Boots just to practice more often, but I might do that too, but it's okay for now. And also healing from Raid Leader, that's why we don't need Fortified at all. And we are saving points. Sure, you could get more damage here, but we are saving points, so that's not too bad. Unconstrained, I love this one after the buff. Big fan. Although this does not get applied to... The duration of this passive doesn't apply to Berserk from Steel Grasp. Not sure why. It is what it is. So our Paragon board. We're starting up with the classic exploit glyph here. Both sides, low requirements. Get that. Second board is Weapon Master. Mainly for the armor here. And we are going with Cleaver. This is the difference in my Paragon board. Damage with axes, but also crit damage, 12%. Very nice, amazing offensive glyph. I love this one. Also requires strength. Now you can see a lot of nodes here, strength not being taken. That's what I had before, but I changed these nodes for armor, even more armor, because I need to reach 13,000 armor, which is the cap in tier 100 timer dungeons. Third board is Carnage. We go with this one. We are non-stop berserking, so crit strikes. We have a lot of crit chance. And we get the attack speed. I believe this one does not count towards the attack speed cap, but correct me if I'm wrong. You know, a lot of damage here. Same story with this one. Mortal Draw gives us a lot of crit chance. This is actually diminishing return because it's multiplicative, so you don't get 18% crit chance, you get less than that, but it's still fucking awesome. And you get a lot of damage too, 100% on swapping with weapons. I have this affix on chest piece, and I would love to get it on amulet too, which is, they go up to 50%, so you can get 200% damage with skills that's weapon swap. Oof, crazy. Fourth board, we got Flawless Technique, amazing board, mainly for the crit damage for double swing here with one-handed weapons, but also global crit damage for all skills. I love this armor, 200 armor, very important. Close DR, that's my main DR that I'm stacking. That's why I put ambidextrous here to boost magic nodes, but also damage with one-handed weapons, very good. Another board is Bone Breaker, one of my favorites too. Reduction will DR while healthy. We go with Wrath. Nice crit damage source, gives you Fury when you crit strike. I believe this should be fixed now with Barber, like most things. Amazing defensive affix here, or like passive. Max HP and armor. If you're HP addict, you can take these notes instead of armor if you want, but I like armor more. Last board is our Decimator. Another one I would really like. I love all these boards, man. It's so good. We're running Might to boost magic nodes, which is vulnerable damage DR and vulnerable damage itself. Amazing stuff. This is the best offensive stat you want to get. We're running damage here and armor, even more armor nodes. You can put these two somewhere else up to your liking if you don't struggle with survivability. Physical damage, max HP, awesome, and it links up to amazing node here. Vulnerable damage and damage with slashing, 200 slashing weapons. That's why I'm using 200x. And vulnerable damage. This is Paragon board. I will talk about weapon mastery. So, what a lot of people don't know about, so technique, this slot is global buff across all your weapons, no matter what skill or what weapon you use with that skill, right? And then you get specific expertise, which is this one right here for our charge, which is another vulnerable damage and another crit chance against vulnerable enemies. A lot of people think that these don't stack, but I mean, it's logical that it would, because this is global buff and this is a single, like separate buff. A specific buff according to the weapon you're using right now. So my dual wield double swing has X, one-handed X, one-handed sword. So I would have these two procced on my double swing, right? And this with charge. So, and both will be active with this vulnerable damage to enemies. And yeah, you could even run two-handed sword if you want more bleed to stack up disobedience faster, but I'm running berserk ripping here, so it's not needed. So let's go with armor. Cooldown reduction, max HP, total armor, and then CC duration. CC duration, once again, like I explained, applies to any CC which is stunned in Challenging Shout, makes our shout be up on us 24/7. Thanks to Bolt Chieftain cooldown reduction, which is up to 6 seconds. We're running Relentless Berserker to keep a non-stop berserk on us, because, you know, yeah, double swing hits twice. So if you crit with one weapon and not the other, you still get the extended version. You have basically, you know, double the chance of proccing this one with because it's 2 hits from one skill. We're running rubies in all armor pieces. In Series 3, I mean. Chest piece. This is the good one, right? So I was experimenting if I can get away with 2 offensive affixes and still survive tier 100s. As you can see, I can. So damage with skills that swap to new weapons, amazing stuff, just like Mortal Draw I just talked about. It can go up to 50%. You can also get this on Amulet, which I would love to try. You can also get this on 100,000 Steps unique boots, which I might try with Groundstone because it's a good affix, a good aspect as well, but that's for another time. 822 item power, amazing chest piece. I could get some more high roll and crit close damage DR enemies, but it's whatever. Iron Skin aspect, one of my favorites. A lot of DR, gives you unstoppable, amazing stuff. Our gloves here, that's the... I'll share a little secret with you all, alright? So double swing plus, attack speed plus, I'm still missing 6%. Crit chance plus, and then we have attack speed after dodging and attack. Now this can not normally be rolled on Barbarian. You need to create a rogue. You need to give this rogue access to Codex of Power at Occultist, and you need to start rolling these gloves until you get this bad boy. You can also get this affix on an amulet, but I don't have that. And yeah, this is amazing. Like, this is really cracked. But if you don't have that, if you don't want to go that far, you can get all stats, you can get strength, you can get dex for crit chance. It's all up to you. Our pens here, we are, oh, sorry, we go Berserk Ripping as the aspect here. Because Berserk Ripping with Barber Gem, which I have in my amulet, has insane synergy. It seems to be double lipping, that's why the damage is really high on mainly bosses at the end of the dungeon, because they survive for a long time. Hands here, we got total armor, close DR. You basically want to mirror that with your chest piece. We got all DR, which I would like to get on chest as well, but I mean, I like the damage. And plus charge for the cooldown reduction on the skill and more damage. Disobedience for armor, important thing to get. Our boots have movement speed, fury cost, strength, and the are well injured. Very good rolls. I could probably drop fury cost and get something else like all stats. That would be pretty crazy good. We go with Exploder for the CC duration once again for our shout. And damage to unstoppable. That's the armor. 200 weapon, 200 mace is our stat stick and nothing else but stat stick. We don't care about the item power at all. And we are running the first aspect for charge, which is the 600% increase in charge that stacks, as you can see in the video. We get 2 stacks for 1 double swing, unlike other core skills. You want to focus on all stats, vulnerable, and crit damage, and 4th perk would be up to you. I like damage to close because it applies to both charge and double swing. If you go with core skill damage, it doesn't apply to charge. I don't recommend it. We go with green gems on weapons. Other 200 is our axe for charge. 818, amazing item power. The stats on it are pretty good too. I could just use higher crit damage, but it is what it is. This is the second aspect for charge, which got buffed. And this is also the newest addition for charge as an aspect. They introduced this before the season started. Dual wield running Azurath for the attack speed. I love attack speed. And core skill damage to buff our double swing. And also freezes enemies, which is good to stagger the bosses faster. It procs pretty often with the high attack speed we have. So before we run out of fury on single target like bosses, this freeze, fills up the stagger bar fast enough. Because if the boss is staggered, this fury or refund when knocked down stunned enemy applies to that. Amazing stuff. Another one-hander is an one-handed axe. The reason why I like axes as well is because it gives you damage to healthy enemies. And with Barber, you basically want to front load the damage, right? If you start attacking enemy that gets triggered, Barber, the damage is immune. The boss or the mob, like I already explained, stays above healthy until it bursts, until it procs. That's why running 4-second Barber is really top notch. I got this in the recent run. And we are running exhorting aspect because this attack speed does not count towards attack speed cap. Very good stuff. I would want to get close damage to close enemies instead of slowed, but doesn't matter that much because the number is about the same and our enemies are non-stop slowed, at least before they die, with hamstring. That was the weapons. We are running with the jewelry here. Crit chance, resource, vulnerable, crit damage, standard stuff. Pretty good rolls. Bolt chieftain aspect and knockdown gem. This is very crucial because we start with the steel grasp and when the mobs are flying to you, they're already knocked down. So you can just start swinging with double swing, stacking this aspect to get the fury and into charge. Another ring here is instead of crit damage, I'm running max HP for more survivability. I could probably get away with that and get some crit damage, but it's whatever, it's fine. So we could get even more damage. This aspect is amazing. They also buffed it, Unrolling Fury, especially against bosses in the at the end of dungeons or when you just kill enemy. So we have uptime. That's why we don't need basic skill at all. Also, this gets amplified by resource generation on rings and Rallying Cry. Running Tempting Fate gem for crit damage. You could run Focus Rage, or you might be wondering why not Focus Rage, because we don't really need that much crit. I believe Barber always crits if you crit during the Barber window. Never seen Barber no crit. So crit damage is amazing stuff. And again, if you crit, with one-hander in double swing and the other one doesn't, it still gets, crit damage bonus from this gem. So it's good stuff. Amulet here, brawling skills, brawling damage, and CDR movement speed. I would maybe like to get all DR instead of brawling skill damage, but it is what it is. Or actually, I would love to get this affix with the damage with skills that swap to new weapons. I would like to get it here. But yeah, it's for, I need to grind it. Have a reason to grind at least. Smiting aspect on Amulet, more CC duration, but also crit chance against injured enemies. Injured enemies are 35% HP and lower, I believe. So that's just insane. We're running at crit chance cap almost. Because right now, unbuffed, we are running 43.5% crit chance. 32% attack speed, which gets, This gem active attack speed is 27%. I would like to get 20% attack speed here though, so I could have it on charge because my charge is 22.8% attack speed. But yeah, it's whatever. Crit damage 440%, which is pretty damn good with two-hander. And vulnerable is 400% because I'm outside of town. Your numbers might be looking a bit lower because you're inside of town. All these get turned off inside of town, as well as the duration on the shout. So our multi is looking pretty darn good actually. And physical 115%, damage versus healthy and close over 100%, very nice stuff. And then we got core. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but weapon swap here, which is very nice. And also we get damage for brawling. Like, this is looking very solid. Now this is defensive side. Pretty good resistances, evened out, except Shadow. All DR could be a bit higher thanks to our amulet if you're strong with survivability. DR from close, 55%, while healthy. And injured. And yeah, no 45. Don't need that. Consumables, I'm running armor potions in Nightmare Dungeons tier 100 to reach that 13,000 cap. Or be as close as possible. Don't really need it after the nerf. You can run max HP. You can run attack speed for some shenanigans. That's some good stuff. Don't need resource cost reduction or max resource. So yeah. I believe that is it. Still made this build video a bit too long. What is NPC doing? But it is what it is. These stats are high enough just to hit Paragon board, the requirements, so that's some good stuff as well. Really min-max this bad boy. It's very nice. I would maybe welcome more strength, but it's alright. And yeah, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comment section. Hit me up on Discord. I will be going for 4 days or 3 days because I'm leaving to parents. And I also live every day on Twitch. I will have this built on DiabloBuilds planner. If it everything, every gem, stat, aspect, Paragon board, everything will be there. So don't worry, you will have it on your eyes. And I will also upload separate tier 100s for this build because it's so damn fun. I will have some runs going. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for being here, everybody. For the support, I really do appreciate it. And until next time, have a good one. Take it easy and bye. Peace.